Welcome to the complete animation of Darma from the 2016 animated movie Rock Dog. Um, I am disappointed in myself that I slept on this movie for so long. Um, I knew that it was there, and I always planned on watching it eventually, but then when I actually got around to seeing it, this year, 5 years later, I've really been kicking myself because holy cow, this movie is just delightful. Um, it's got heart where it needs it. Its animation is good enough. And yeah, like Rock Dog. I didn't expect to enjoy the movie as much as I did. But at the same time, it's the kind of movie that I enjoyed where I'm not sure I would really recommend it to everybody, but I really liked it. And this character, Darma, she is an interesting character. She doesn't appear nearly as much as you might think of somebody who, is clearly a pretty major secondary character. Um, but yeah, pretty good animation, pretty good fur effects. Her tail and the fur that make up sort of her scalp hair, I guess. It's all pretty good. Um, this movie's budget can be seen in a lot of places, but I think that it still manages to look pretty good even despite its lower budget. Um, and this movie is, of course, another reason why I really, really, really couldn't care less what critics have to say. I read some of the snippets of reviews about what critics had to say about this movie back when it released in 2016, and basically all of them compared it to, the best stuff that Disney and Pixar make, which is so stupid. Of course, the, pure technical aspects of this movie aren't going to match up. Those movies have a much larger budget, have much more skilled and um, more experienced staff. Like, it really irks me when they say, no, this movie isn't very good because it's technically not as good as what the best that the industry has to offer. But what this movie does have is it has a fairly simple story, some pretty good music, some pretty good animation of characters playing the music. Like if you look at the fingering of the instruments during the musical bits, like it actually matches. They're actually doing stuff to the music, which I really appreciate. But yeah, this movie is good. Like, I. Every time I watch a movie that I've never seen before, I like to check out, Rotten Tomatoes and just see what it's scored as. And the number of times that I really enjoyed a movie that scored like 50% or lower it's like unbelievable. Like, why do so many people say that movies are bad and then I still end up liking them? And it's not like I, like everything. I just look at my review of The Page Master. I really thought that that movie was lackluster in almost every way. But this movie, which I'm pretty sure reviewed worse than The Page Master, I absolutely enjoyed it. And I'm not saying it's perfect. Like, there's plenty of times in this movie when things maybe aren't paced correctly. I think that the scenes in the mountain village are probably the weakest in the entire movie. And yet, like, despite the fact that I'm able to notice so many, you know, things that I don't think are the best about this movie, I still really enjoyed it. Like, as a whole, on the whole. Um, but yeah, so Dharma is a really interesting character. Like, she's a girl who is nice to the main character, and you're like, oh, so they're setting up sort of a romance, but like, it never even like the whole movie never even suggests anything close to that. Um, like the closest that she ever really gets to is just being a good friend to basically everybody in the movie, except of course for the actual lead guitar in their band. He's pretty much a jerk, and she she knows it. Um, but yeah, and it's like she doesn't really do much to further the plot, but she adds something to the movie. Her character is able to add a bit of a sort of like a grounded personality, someone who's a little bit jaded about the world, but still supportive and encouraging. And yeah, I think that this final scene where she finally gets to play bass guitar for the big musical number in the movie, I think that she does a good job. Yeah, so Rock Dog, one of the two 2016 movies about anthropomorphic animals going to the big city, living out their dreams. I like it. Not as good as Zootopia, but still good. Thanks for watching.